Hi everyone, it's FCA, and today's book is going to be this. It is a continuation of the Batman series. This is Batgirl. So what we have here is a lot of images for Batgirl were black and yellow, which is like the female version of Batman, and then there were a lot of images of purple and yellow. And I decided to go with a kind of a combination of the two of them. Give you a little background on Batgirl. She appeared as in 1961 with the character being her female identity as Betty Kane. But she was replaced by Barbara Gordon in 1967, and she came into the Batman series. It was just a female character. DC and the thing were later criticized because in later episodes, or maybe it was the movie or something. No, it was the graphic novel Batman, The Killing Joke. The civilian whose alter identity was Batgirl was shot in the back, and it was criticized for because it caused her to become a paraplegic, and it was criticized for being anti-female because they were saying that there were a lot of comics that were showing women in violent situations. If you're going to put yourself in a criminal, she wasn't a criminal, but in a law-busting, throwing yourself at the villains kind of role, you're going to put yourself in danger. And anybody could have gotten shot by the Joker and became a paraplegic because the Joker was psychotic. I don't know if we got that from any of the movies we watched. Joker, bad guy. But yeah, she was supposed to be the female heroine to the Batman. Again, she didn't have any particular superpowers, but she was awesome with her skills and gadgets and gizmos. So this is going to be, I guess with the bat wing, it's not really the most neutral wearable look, but I don't think it's super bad either. You could just take the basics from the look and exclude the wing, and I think it would be fine if you wanted something that was a little bit more colorful. So we're going to prime the lid, whatever primer you have. I happen to be using the primer potion. I'm going out because the wing kind of goes out, and I'm going to try and make this even, but we all know that's not going to happen. I'm using Almay's liquid black eyeliner. This is not my favorite liquid eyeliner because it is not waterproof, but it is good for tutorials like this when it's 11 o'clock at night and I'm going to take it off. So I'm going to try and make this as even as I can. Start at the corner and make a dip. Then drop. Another dip, and one more dip, and go in right at the brow bone. I go in right at the brow bone, just make, not quite a 90-degree angle, but fairly close, 91 degree, 87-degree angle. I think that they look pretty even. They're not super great, but that's okay. But I actually did okay with this eye. I had to redo the other eye a couple of times, but I'm just going to clean this up, just make that point a little better. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this over here, giant thing. I am going to take, where did it go? What's right here? Oh, here it is. That's not it. Where did it go? It left me. Don't you hate that when, okay. Don't you hate that you start a tutorial and then your brushes just decide, hey, we're going to become really invisible for a while here. But I'm going to take Sugar Pill's Poison Plum and just kind of get that in there. This is a really, really thin eyeliner brush, and I don't know what the number is. They've all worn off. But I'm going to just kind of go. I cannot do that. That hurts. And I'm just going to line the outside with Poison Plum of the Batwing. Don't go all the way up, just go up to where the point starts and then stop. I'm going to make sure to darken that part up right there. There, pretty good. Okay, then I'm going to take a big fan brush and just brush away any extra fallout that may have gone there. I'm trying to go for that kind of comic book, shadowy colors kind of thing. Yay. Now I'm going to take a more dense, but a little bit thicker, not as thin a brush. And I'm going to be using my 180, 120 palette, something like that. And I'm going to be using this third from the bottom yellow in this second column of the first part of it. I was going to use, I'm going to fill in this. I was going to use Butter Cupcake from Sugar Pill as well, but in all the looks, it wasn't, it was kind of just a sunflower yellow and not much of a tweedy yellow, and I feel like Butter Cupcake is more of a tweedy, more bold kind of a color than I was actually going for. You're going to make a triangle. Is that hard to see? You're going to make a triangle line connecting this part up to the top. I'm going to go over that with another layer of this. Take the fan brush, brush away that gold. Now I'm going to take, this is a flat shader brush, and I'm going to use that same yellow. Tap off a bit of that extra that I don't need. And I'm going to take this up to the lid, up to the crease, of course I'm taking it up to the lid. And just connect it into the wing. Now I'm going to warn you, putting the purple on and keeping it from tackling the yellow is, at least for me, is kind of a challenge. What I'm going to use for that is, this is the numbers have worn off, the 222, 224, 270, 217, 217. Maybe this is 217. I'm going to go with 217. Back to Poison Plum from the Sugar Pill palette, which I don't know about you guys, but I really want that newer Sugar Pill palette, the one that has 2 AM and that magenta color. Oh, I love the Sugar Pill colors. I'm not going to go too hard. I just kind of want to get into the crease. Don't take it into the wing. Take it to where the wing stops, or the wing yellow stops, and bring it in. And don't make too harsh, like don't make too loose windshield wiper movements. You want this to be pretty precise in there, but I also want it to be pretty blended. That's why I'm not using a strictly tapered brush, because it doesn't get it as blended as I want. A little more Poison Plum there. Really get it in there. Now I had to do this a couple times on the other eye, and it looks like I'm going to have to do it again here. Going to get some more yellow on my brush. at that. Because as you can see, the purple decided, hey, just gonna take over that whole lid and have no respect for that yellow color that you put down. And I'm just going to be switching back and forth between the two brushes and the two colors until I really get to where the best that I can get it. There we go. Make sure you take it up to where that line is, but don't worry if you don't perfectly have it. I have a way to solve that. And just take the purple up higher if you have mono lids. So if you don't have hooded lids like I do, don't worry about that. Not a big deal. Nothing that a little bringing the color up higher can't solve. Now with an angled brush, this one is kind of fluffy. It's from e.l.f. I'm just going to get a little bit of black, not a lot, just a little bit of black on the end of that. And I'm just going to darken up into the outer edge of the purple. I'm not moving it, I'm just blending it in there and connecting it to the black line, bringing it, kind of fluffing it. Now if it looks a little dark, don't panic. Just take your 217 or whatever fluffy type brush that you're using, get a little more poison plum, and then blend that black out. That's all you gotta do. There you go. Just like that. Then we're going to use our highlighter. I'm just going to use this much bigger flat shader brush. Just using the white from the 88 palette right here. You can of course use the Sugar Pill white or any white that you darn well please. Or you don't even have to use white, it just mutes the colors better for me because this is such an color intense look. So I feel like the white really just kind of helps with that. So if you get a little bit of white down there, don't worry about it. Just take your big brush and just brush that off. Not a problem. There we go. Alright, now we're going to line our eyes. Like I said, this is where kind of the black will come into play. So what I have for the waterline, this is Date Night. If you were going to wear, wrong eye, if you were going to wear this out, I can't do that. You could use a waterproof liner, perhaps an Urban 24/7 liner or some other waterproof liner. But this one's fine for tutorials. Now for the best brush in the world. This is a little brush that I got from Wet n Wild. It came with their Wet n Wild cream liner. Love. It's so thick and so dense, and even after I wash it, it maintains a really stiff shape, which is great for cream eyeliners, which I love. I'm just going to make a line. Now as you can see, I'm going to connect that to this part of the wing of our bat wing. Now I'm not adding an inner corner connection line because that's more of a Catwoman look, and I didn't want Batgirl to have cat eyes. I'm going to curl my lashes. I'm not going to put mascara on because the only mascara I have is a brown black, and it takes quite a bit of effort for me to get off, and it's 11 o'clock at night. So there you have it, Batgirl eyes, and I will talk to you all later, and I hope you enjoy. Bye!